What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to do an oil service on your M340i or any other B58.2. It's all very similar. I'll be using Motor Milk 5W40 because this is a stage 2 tuned car, so you want a more thick oil with a little more zinc in it to really protect the engine and the turbo. And we'll be using OEM Originalteile BMW filters. So, step number 1, getting it up in the air. Step number 2 is locating this thing right here, this little plastic cover. And you can stick your fingers in there and just twist it to the left, like that. And then it pops out of place. And then you'll see the 17mm bolt in the oil pan. Now make sure you have something underneath to collect the oil, because if you unplug that, all the oil will come out. So we have this big oil drum with which we collect the oil, but you can also just use an empty canister, something like that. It's about 6.5 liters, so yeah, don't get a 5-liter jug to collect your oil. Make sure it's big enough. So you really want all the oil to come out, so really be patient and wait for every little drop to come out. So, and with every step make sure to clean everything. So now the oil has come out, sort of. We're going to really get that thread clean, that opening, to avoid any dirt getting in the thread. So now we're replacing the crusher washer, which is this copper ring that you get with the kit. And make sure it's always on a clean surface. So I just use a piece of paper. So first we're going to properly clean the oil plug. Absolutely make sure there is no dirt on it. Dirt is your enemy. And these crusher washers are meant to be used once. So always replace it. It's a crusher washer, so it crushes and then sets into place. So take it off, get rid of it so you don't mix it up with the new one. Get the new one on there and make sure the thread is perfectly clean. So just hand tighten it at first and make sure it goes in there really smoothly, because it shouldn't require any force, it shouldn't have any resistance. So really easily twist it. And then we're going to torque spec it. So the torque spec for this is 25 Newton meters. So you have these 3 fins. Get into these 3 openings correctly. And then just twist right, and it's locked into place. And make sure to clean your gloves, renew them every time you have oil on them, because this is a pain to get off of plastics. So as you can see, I don't have an engine cover anymore because I have the CSF intake manifold, but I do have an ECU cover, so we're going to take that off. And then this is the oil filter housing right there. So it's a bit hidden there, but let's get it out. So when we get out the oil filter, make sure to cover everything up with a cloth or paper like I'm using. We don't want oil to come here on the ECU or near the ECU. And we're going to take it out using a 32 mil. And make sure to clean up after, because you know all the oil gets stuck behind. But make sure to use a cloth and not paper, because it might stick and it'll go into where it shouldn't go. So in my case it was a bit of a struggle, because you know it's a little more narrow because of my CSF intake manifold, but with the stock intake manifold it's a lot easier. So take your stock oil filter and just pull it out like that. And you'll see these 4 little grommets that click it into place. And then with a pick tool I'm just going to get this O-ring like that. Throw it away so you don't mix it up. And now it's actually good to have these oily gloves, because you can just cover everything with oil. And make sure to get the new one into place. It should sit in this dedicated slot right there. So don't get it on the thread. Now for the oil filter itself. It already has an O-ring, so you don't have to reuse this one or get this one off. You can just throw this away. There's also a little O-ring right here. Get that oiled up. Just a little. And here. And then, as I said, locate those 4 grommets. Make sure they connect with the little opening. So it's the smaller opening that goes in. And then you just push it until it clicks like that. Cannot take it out using light force. Get all the O-rings a little oiled up. And then we're going to put it back into place by hand. On top of the housing, it should be 25 Newton meters. Really important, because if you over tighten it, it's plastic, it'll break. So now we're going to fill it up with the new oil, the blood of your engine, and turbo, of course, very important. This one has a lot of zinc, probably the most important part to protect rod bearings, other bearings in the turbo, stuff like that. And it is a BMW approved oil. So yeah, it's a really nice quality, and you can order it at Autotop and Autoshop. Same for the oil filter. Now, in there goes 6.5 liters, about that number. So we're going to fill it up with 6 liters, because there might be a little left. And then do an oil check, see what the level is at, refill if needed. Make sure your collector is clean. And we're going to start off with 5 liters. And with our kit you get 8 liters, so 7 liters to do the refill, and 1 more like this for reserve. You just put it in the back of the car in case you need it. So once you've done that, go for a drive and make sure the oil temperature is nice and high. So as you can see, 100 degrees. So now we can check with a running engine the oil level. So just go to car, status, engine, oil level, and then start the measurement. And make sure you're on a flat surface, that's also really important. So we're all good. So the only thing left to do is resetting the oil service, which means we have to go into accessory mode. 1, 2, 3. There it is, diagnostic mode. And then we're going to hold the BC button until this secret menu appears. There we go. Reset possible. Hold it again. And then hold it again. And then once it shows reset, let it go. Like that. And you can see it resets the date and the interval. Now 32,000 kilometers is absolutely insane. So with this oil, even with a tuned car, we advise doing 10k to 15k with oil. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope it helps you out. And if you need any oil and the service kit, go to autotopnl.shop. Thanks guys.